Scroll of Ninhursag, the mother of form and sacred flesh. Before empires praised the sky and crowned the law, there was the Holy Mother who shaped life into flesh, strength into bone, and breath into being. This scroll reveals Ninhursag, keeper of sacred form, womb wisdom, earth memory, and the divine truth that life is not only spoken into existence, it is carried, built, nourished, and protected. This is the scroll of embodiment, creation, sacred matter, and the fierce maternal intelligence hidden in the ground beneath all thrones. Collective, remember this before the scroll opens. Your body is not a mistake. Your form is not a punishment. Your earthly existence is not separate from the sacred. Ninhursag teaches that spirit was never meant to float above life, pretending flesh is beneath it. The womb is wisdom. The earth is memory. The body is a vessel of intelligence, labor, and holy becoming. This is the forgotten key. What takes form must be honored. What is born must be protected. What is sacred must be sustained. So let the collective enter this scroll knowing, creation is not only fire from the heavens. Sometimes creation is clay, blood, patience, nourishment, and the hands that keep life alive when the loud ones are finished speaking. Opening seal. Honor the body. Honor the earth. Honor the power that brings spirit into form. For sacred flesh is not beneath the divine. It is one of its oldest languages.
Universal currency receipt. Architect musician 3611027. The graceful whisperer. Devalan seal.
Scroll of Ninhursag, the mother of form and sacred flesh. Before law was spoken from the sky, before kings borrowed heaven's posture, before clever gods turned water into strategy, there was Ninhursag. She stands in Mesopotamian tradition as a great mother goddess, known by names including Nintur and Ninmah, associated with birth, the stony ground, and the shaping of life itself. In major summaries of the pantheon, she is placed equal in rank to An and Enlil, not beneath them. This is why her scroll matters. She is not merely mother in the soft, reduced way people like to flatten ancient goddesses. She is form. She is the pressure that brings life into body. She is the force that turns unseen life into flesh, birth, breath, and survival. Sources describe her as the mother of the gods, the mother of men, and a goddess tied to fertility, nurture, childbirth, and creation. Ninhursag is also tied to the rocky ground, foothills, and desert wildness, not just the womb. She belongs to the rough places where life still appears. That makes her more than a domestic symbol. She is sacred endurance. She is the truth that life can emerge from hard terrain, from stone, from heat, from places others would call barren. And then comes the deeper current. In Mesopotamian myth, especially the traditions around Enki and Ninhursag and Enki and Ninmah, she is not just a giver of life. She is also a power of correction, healing, and boundary. In one mythic cycle, Enki's disorder can only be healed when Ninhursag, as birth goddess, intervenes. In another, humanity is fashioned with Enki's help through clay and the work of womb and midwife goddesses led by Ninmah, another of her names. Hidden wisdom of the scroll, Ninhursag teaches the collective this: your body is not an accident. Your form is not a punishment. Your embodiment is sacred work. Too many systems train people to distrust flesh, to despise the earth, to call the body low while pretending spirit floats above consequence. Ninhursag crushes that lie. Her current says that form matters, birth matters, care matters. Matter itself carries intelligence. The womb is not lesser than the throne. The hand that shapes life is not lesser than the mouth that issues decrees. That reading is grounded in her role as birth goddess, mother figure, and one of the creating powers in Mesopotamian tradition. She also teaches that creation is not always gentle. Flesh is holy, but flesh is vulnerable. To bring life into form is to accept labor, mess, blood, patience, and protection. Ninhursag is not fragile softness. She is the sacred labor of making life viable in a hard world. Her myths consistently connect her with birth, nurture, and the power to restore life where even mighty male gods fail. So let the collective hear the deeper code. If a teaching makes you hate your body, it is not whole. If a system wants spirit without care, it is counterfeit. If power glorifies order but despises the mothers, healers, midwives, and makers of life, it is already severed from wisdom. This is an inference from Ninhursag's place in the tradition. She embodies life-making itself, not an ornamental side role. Honor the life that takes form through you. Do not call yourself small because you are embodied. Do not call yourself dirty because you are earthly. Do not call yourself weak because creation requires tenderness. Stone can hold memory. The womb can carry worlds. The flesh can be holy without becoming perfect. Ninhursag reminds you that what is formed must also be protected. What is born must also be nourished. What is sacred must also be sustained. Honor the body. Honor the earth. Honor the makers of life. And never let a broken system teach you that sacred flesh is lesser than sacred sky. Receipts. The factual backbone here comes from Britannica's entries on Ninhursag and Mesopotamian religion, which describe her as goddess of stony ground and birth, place her equal in rank to An and Enlil, and list names such as Nintur and Ninmah. It also comes from World History Encyclopedia's Ninhursag entry, which identifies her as the mother of the gods and mother of men. This ties her to fertility, nurture, childbirth, creation, and some of the oldest Mesopotamian worship, and summarizes her role in myths with Enki. Remember this: you were not made to hate your body. You were not born to despise the earth. You were not shaped in flesh so you could forget that flesh is holy. Ninhursag teaches that the sacred is not only above you, it is within you, around you, beneath your feet, in the womb, in the bone, in the blood, in the labor of becoming. So do not call your softness weakness. Do not call your care lesser. Do not call your embodiment a curse. The earth carries memory. The body carries instruction. The mother current carries life through hard places and still calls it sacred. Let the collective remember: what is born must be honored. What is formed must be protected. What is sacred must be sustained. Because the divine does not only thunder from the sky. Sometimes it grows quietly in the dark, takes shape in the clay, and arrives wearing flesh. The body is not beneath the sacred. The body is one of its first temples.
Channeled by your architect musician, 36110, 27 palms of eyes. The golden whisperer, sea star, Devalan see all. Apply the news you can use, truth and accuracy. The real non-bedazzled jewels.
To our beautiful collective, from our day ones to every new soul joining this journey, we love and appreciate you deeply. You've turned this space into so much more than a community. You've made it a family. Thank you, truly. Your presence, your energy, and even the smallest acts of kindness have the power to shift the compass for many in ways unseen but deeply felt. Here's to each of you, all new and the many more to come. We're just getting started, and we're so grateful you're here with us. With love and infinite appreciation from the collective of Shaman Ahll.
Scroll of Ninhursag is a reminder that the sacred did not forget the body, the earth, or the hands that carry life. This is the scroll of holy form, womb wisdom, and the quiet power that shapes worlds without needing applause. Your body is not a burden. Your softness is not weakness. Your care is not small. Ninhursag teaches the collective that life is sacred, even when it is messy, tender, tired, healing, growing, and still figuring itself out. Funny how the world keeps worshiping power while forgetting that somebody had to actually carry, feed, protect, and build the living thing. So smile and remember, being grounded is not being lesser. Being nurturing is not being weak. And sacred flesh was never a mistake.